going on, YouTube? I got another build tutorial for you. Today we are going to be building the Alpha Omega, or the Ohmega Alpha rather, I'm sorry. The Ohmega Alpha BFT 30mm RTA. And to do this, you are going to need, obviously, you're going to need some wire, cutters, coil jig, some way to crimp the coils together, and some scissors. Alright, now without further ado, we will actually get to the building of the coil. I've got the BFT right here. Let me make sure I'm in focus. I think that's about right. So to do this, I'm just going to turn the tank upside down because I do have some juice in here that I don't want to lose. So if you just turn it upside down just like that. And you're also going to need a screwdriver right here. This one here is just the one that I use. There's better options. Just going to unscrew these, back them out just a hair. Pull out the old coils, then you just have the posts. Now for this particular build, I'm going to be using some lightning vapes, Kanthal A1 22 gauge, and you can use lower gauges. I think so far the lowest gauge I've used is 20 gauge. It just gets a little hard to bend and manipulate. Got your wire, coil jig. This particular jig actually goes all the way to 3.5mm, which is this one, and that's what I'm going to be using to wrap these coils. So, yeah. And I'm going to do 8 wraps. And then it's going to look something like that. You want to make sure that you get them as close together as possible. I mean, what you don't get worked out, you can work out when you can work that out when you crimp them together. So we're going to do the next one. And as you can see, that one there doesn't look quite as good, but we'll get it fixed here in just a second. Alright, now to do this, all you're going to do is put your leads through the holes. Situate it right over the airflow. and then we're going to tighten it down. It's going to look something like that. Get that in focus. It's going to look something like that. I'm not too worried about the way it looks right now. Now we're just going to clip these leads. It's kind of hard to get this done on camera. I'll take our other coil, put it back on our coil jig, and repeat the very same process. Tighten down your screws. Clip the leads. And then what I do, I just go back through and make sure that all my screws are tight before I do the dry fire. Just like that. Alright. Now that we have the coils installed and more or less situated, not necessarily any which way I want, but we're going to take our tank tool with the ceramic tips on it. I've got it setting on the IPv3 Li. Yes, I know it's old. No, I do not care. At 80 watts. And we're going to start to dry fire this. Let's see if I can get that in focus a little bit better. Gonna go to the other side now. Straighten this up just a hair. That one there's got a little bit of a messed up lead on it, so I'm going to try to get that situated. That they're not necessarily burning very even. Alright, it's not my best, but it works. So now we're going to cool the coils down and wick it. Alright, now as far as my wicking material, I use cotton bacon bits, pretty much any kind of cotton bacon product I can get a hold of. Just so happens we're going to use some cotton bacon today. Pull off a pretty decent chunk. Twist it on one end and proceed to slip it through the coil, maybe. Just like that. And the way that I trim these is just outside flush with the base of the tank. That seems to work the best for me. Do the same thing again on the other side. Just outside flush. And now we're going to start tucking the cotton. Just like that. You want it to stay kindly fluffy, but not too fluffy that you can't get the cap back on. And you're going to repeat that process 3 more times to get all 4 of the cottontails tucked exactly where they should be. Then it's going to look something similar to that. One step that I do, just take some VG and we're going to put that right on the wicks. You can do this with the e-liquid or VG. I just chose the VG because it's cheap. And it sure beats doing it with e-liquid that costs a lot more money. Now if you're wondering where to get VG, some vape shops will sell it, especially if they do DIY stuff. I mean, if not, you can get, pharmaceutical grade VG on a lot of different websites. But yeah, you're just going to want to wet your wicks. If I can get this focus on this camera right, just going to wet your wicks and then I just dry them out. What this does is takes most of the new cotton flavor off of it. That way, you know, you're not tasting burnt cotton in the beginning. Alright, and here's the stats on this. Alright, 0.26, 80 watts. Yeah, pretty much the way I like it. And now all we're going to do is take our top, set the tank upside down into the top, and we're going to attempt to thread this on. Now, if you have this tank or have had it for any amount of time, you are also going to know that this tank can be a complete and utter nightmare to rethread just like that. But, you know, it is what it is. It's probably one of the best performing tanks, in my opinion, on the market. It does hold 8 milliliters of liquid, so it is a pretty large tank, pretty large juice capacity. But the deck in it is why I got it. The deck is about the same size that you would find in a normal RDA. But, you know, this is just how I like to vape. Alright, well that does it for this coil build tutorial. So yeah, it's pretty simple, pretty easy to do. It just takes a little bit of practice. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it. Comment in the comment box, give me your opinions. Do you have the tank? Do you like it? Do you want it? Yeah, everybody have a good afternoon and stay vaping.